to talk a little bit?
So actually what we're like doing right now, we're writing down ideas for each article of the treaty that's going to be sent to Washington in 2020. So we're trying to get ready for this Christmas. I think they're going to send it there. And then we'll see what happens and if it actually works to get people to change their minds.
How do you determine what to put on your treaty?
So they gave us topics and we've gotten presentations from everybody. They did presentations on the topics.
Yeah, so for since yesterday, we've been to various workshops that tackle different subjects about the trade.
Very cool.
I think it would be best to include that the subjects where we got this information from was from like youth.
Mm-hmm.
They did presentations to help us get educated on why we're writing this treaty. And so we took the information that we learned and we're putting them into articles for the treaty to say like why we want this treaty to be a thing and like why we want and what we want it to be on it. Because it's like the youth perspective.
Why do you think that's important? Why do you need a youth perspective for like a treaty like this?
It relates to gun laws. How like if your neighbor has a gun and you should get a gun, and like there's only 5 legal countries that owns nuclear, right? And what about those other countries? What are they gonna do? So that's why we're doing this because we're also.
It affects everybody. It doesn't just affect the people who has them. It affects us. If anybody got into nuclear war, the entire world would just end pretty much. Because there's so many. It wouldn't just affect those countries who have nuclear weapons. It would affect our country and every other country.
And a good point to make is it does not only affect now, but it affects
Later.
the future.
Yeah.
Because
Not
it wouldn't
only
be a future.
Affects everyone and even like the North system, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's good to include the youth because they are the future. So this is going to be affecting them, not only like the adults per se. So it's important to have their voices heard too. Because
And just because we're youth, it doesn't mean we don't have good ideas. Just look at Greta Thunberg. She's making so much of a difference in the world, and she's still just a youth. And sometimes people criticize people on the fact that they're youth because their argument is valid. And that's the only thing that they can attack them on. So I think it's a good idea to show them that even though we're youth and we're kids or whatever, we still have a say and we still want to have our voices.
So overall, how are you enjoying your experience here at the Youth Summit?
10 out of 10.
Good?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Is it something you'd want to see again?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah? Is there anything you can think of that you really definitely, if they do it again, you want to make sure is there? Maybe something new, maybe something you really liked here?
I enjoyed the workshops and the interactive pieces between the groups presenting and the groups getting informed. So I know some groups had an alarm system that they played and they reenacted a scene of hide under the tables. There's and then my group personally played Nuke My Town, I guess, simulator, where we took someone from the audience and said, where do you live? And we pinpointed that town and showed them what would have happened if that bomb was dropped into their town. And it really opened their eyes and kind of made them more informed and more concerned. So those interactive pieces really did help.
Yeah. We just wanted to ask you what you're doing right now. If you could help explain to people who aren't here kind of what you're doing and why it's important. Okay. Even if you just want to say you're writing a treaty, maybe some people don't know what a treaty is, maybe it's the first time you've done one, something like that.
Okay, right now we're coming up with ideas. There's 8 different topics that we all have the presentations on. So right now we're working on the weapons development and we're coming up with ideas.
How is it going?
It's going good. There's lots of ideas. So nearing the end, when all the groups have already come up with their ideas, it's kind of hard to think of new ones. But yeah, it's good.
And are you enjoying your time at the summit?
Yeah.
Yeah, positive experience?
Yeah.
Is it something you'd like to see again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, hopefully bigger though next time.
Bigger?
Yeah.
More people from maybe around the world or
Yeah.
that kind of thing?
Is there different topics in sort of the same vein? Do you want to see more of the same, different focus? What would you like to see?
Oh, heavy question.
We're like, whoa, take it easy.
I guess I would like to know the topics more in depth.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to share with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Can we ask you a quick question for the document? Thank you. So we're just wondering if you can tell us a little bit about what you're doing right now.
Right now?
Yeah. Yep.
So what we're trying to do right now is each table has a topic on top of it, and what we're trying to do is kind of come together with a treaty that we're going to take to the in 2020 to the overall discussion with our points and the youth perspective to try and help change the minds of people surrounding nuclear weapons and nuclear energy.
Has anybody had experience with writing a treaty before?
No.
This is your first time?
Luckily, we're getting people to over me with legal experience, so that would be very helpful.
Yeah, that's very helpful. So you guys having a good time at the conference?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is this something you'd like to see again? Another youth summit?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah? That's awesome. Does anybody have any clippets they want to add about something impactful that they've learned, or?
Every day you get a bunch of stories in one spot. So basically what we're doing right now is we're just jotting down some ideas for the treaty and we're sending to the
Has anybody ever written a treaty before?
here, no.
How are you finding the experience?
My experience is very, very satisfying and fun and engaging and everyone just talking.
Yeah?
Great experience.
What do you plan to do with it?
Well, we plan to send it to the UN and then to get it signed and then ratified by the countries at the UN so that we can disarm nuclear weapons and make the world a better place.
We were talking to another student and they said one thing they really liked was bringing all these different high school students together. How do you guys feel about that?
It's really interesting. Like as we're doing this, we're learning a lot from each other. Like we all come from different parts, and we're so alike, but it's so different because like we know different things, and it's just really cool because we all care about the same things, and then we have the same vision for our world. So it's kind of like interesting how like although we're all different, like we come from different parts, and then we all come in pictures.
One more question. If they were going to do another youth summit, what's something you'd really like to see at the next one?
I know that some of the panels that our teachers and principals have been going to, like, they've talked to us about them afterwards, and I'd really like to see some of those too.
Cool. Great. Thank you so much.
So guys.